Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelly, and in today's video we're doing another pick a card reading. Today we're asking Spirit all about who is secretly thinking about you right now. All of my pick a card readings are timeless, so whenever you come upon this video, a message will be ready for you. Before we begin, please give me a big like down below and subscribe to my channel for more pick a card tarot readings just like this one. If you're new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. These are the 4 piles that you can choose from. This is pile number 1 with the red Aventurine. This is pile number 2 with the blue Opal. This is pile number 3 with the green Calcite. And this is pile 4 with the rose Quartz. I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards and choose a pile that you feel the most drawn to. Please use your intuition when choosing your pile, and if you feel drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch multiple piles. There may be more than one message in this video for you today. After you're done deciding, scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and click on the timestamp to skip to your reading. Tarot is an intuitive and insightful way to read the current energies surrounding a situation. If you ever hear something you do not like in a reading, please do not give up or get discouraged. Remember that you have 100% free will over your life, and you can change the course of direction at any time. My intention with these readings is to help gently guide you to a better path for your mind, heart, and soul. So never get discouraged about what you may hear, because it may end up being the activation you need to change course. With that being said, I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards. You can close your eyes and hover your hands over the screen to see if you feel any sensations on a certain pile, or you can simply meditate on the cards and choose a pile based off of your gut feeling. Beautiful souls, if you chose the red Aventurine, this is going to be your reading. This is pile number 1. Let's go ahead and get started with the tarot cards. We're getting the 3 of Swords, the Fool, the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands. Right off the bat, this person that is secretly thinking about you definitely needs to build some courage before reaching out, because they are feeling very frozen and conflicted about reaching out. There is a consistent theme here about having stuck energy. You can see that here in the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. They're really tied up about something that has happened between you two, or maybe something they said to you, some type of interaction that you guys recently have gone through. They are in their reflection process right now and trying to turn reflection into action. They're trying to turn that pain into a purpose. Well, let's talk about the red Aventurine a little bit. The red Aventurine talks about leadership, perception, and creativity. It is considered a healing stone that enhances leadership qualities and decisiveness. Either they have these qualities or they think that you have these qualities, and they really look up to you in those terms. They think that you're very intelligent and also creative. This stone is also connected to earth and fire element and the sacral and root chakras. This person, it really seems like they are likely someone who has admired your strength or leadership. They have not matched that level of strength and leadership in their own life. They see you as somebody who moves through life with a lot of integrity, a lot of action and fire, and even independence. They feel like they're falling behind either emotionally or spiritually in this connection. I really see with these cards here that they have gone through a really intense internal transformation recently, and your presence or your memory has been the catalyst for that healing process for them. They see you as somebody that has worked really hard to get to where you are, and maybe you've even manifested a lot in your life, and they're hoping to manifest similar things in their life. Healing, progress, independence, leadership, creativity, those are all things that they want to exhibit in their own life. This really feels like somebody who has been frozen in time when it comes to you. Somebody who has admired your life but didn't know how to move forward and talk to you and connect more with you. This card that we start off with is Saturn in Libra energy, and it is the 3 of Swords, which talks about heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, and hurt. So the loss of you or not talking to you has caused them a lot of heartbreak, emotional pain, and hurt. There has been something that has gone on in this connection that either broke the connection or made the connection drift apart. So who is this person? This person is a person that comes from heartbreak or regret. So it could be an ex, it could be somebody who sabotaged this connection before it even started, and they still carry this emotional pain. They think about it often. With the Fool being here as well, there's an innocence here though. There's also a longing here. They see you as a fresh start, or they want a fresh start with you. This person is somebody that wants to be spontaneous, joyful, or even childlike, but because of the things that happened in the past, it really stops them. They wish that they could go back and change some things that they said or did in this connection that caused it to be broken apart. Because with the Eight of Swords here, it really shows me that they have a lot of negative thoughts, even self-imposed restriction here, a victim mentality, or even imprisonment. They might have had this phase where they were blaming you for the connection falling apart, but I really do see that it is a mutual thing. You might have both made the connection fall apart, but they are secretly thinking about you, and they might have not even talked to you in months, weeks, or years. Also with this cards in the beginning here, it's really showing me that this could be someone from your past who still carries guilt or sadness, but at their core, they're not a bad person. They're not malicious. They didn't mean to do this. I think they did it out of self-defense. They're a bit impulsive, immature, or scared, and that's why they acted the way that they did. They think about how could it have been different if they had just taken a leap of faith, because the Fool card does talk about that beginning, the innocence, the spontaneity, a free spirit, and even risk. So what if they took that risk? What if they took that leap of faith towards you? Now we wonder, what is holding them back? Why are they just thinking about you secretly and not coming forward? And I can see it in the Eight of Swords. They have this mental restriction about things. They have this shame and overthinking about this situation. They believe that they cannot approach you because they will be rejected by you. They're feeling very spiritually disconnected from you, frozen in fear, and they're forgetting that if the connection is true, that it can be repaired. They're feeling they're stuck in self-doubt. They might be scrolling your page or watching your stories. They might even dream about you, but they're not doing anything about it. They are projecting their fears into the situation almost if they're watching you and not interacting with you at all. So they're kind of watching you from afar, living your life afar, but not connecting with you in any way. So it could mean that your last interaction maybe didn't end badly at all, but maybe they just have this fear of continuing the connection as well. So again, I do think this could be an ex, or it could be just somebody that sabotaged this connection before it even started. It's giving love for some of you, but it could just be a friendship that wanted to blossom, but they didn't let the friendship fully blossom and it got destroyed before it even began. Now we can ask, what are their intentions and what are they learning from the situation? And I can see in the Three of Pentacles and the Magician that they're trying to build something here. They want to rebuild with you. This could also be somebody from school or work or a creative collaboration. You have inspired this person professionally or even spiritually. This Three of Pentacles is Mars in Capricorn energy, and it talks about teamwork, collaboration, learning, and implementation. So you might have been working on a team and any type of sort. Could have been work, could have been just a creative project, could have been sports, could have been literally anything. And they saw you in a team environment and they really enjoyed having you as a team member, but they have sabotaged it on some level. And with the Magician here coming next, they realize that they have the tools to make a change. They're slowly realizing that, but they're still not reaching out. I think they're trying to manifest another chance with you. Maybe they're even trying to manifest you reaching out to them so they can get the ball rolling. But I do not see courage right now in their energy. They need to build more courage before they actually come forward. This is somebody that is really realizing that waiting in stillness is not going to actually bring you back. So even though they're wishing for you, trying to manifest you, they're going to start slowly realizing only inspired action can make a change, because the Magician does talk about manifestation, resourcefulness, power, inspired action, creativity, and success. So they're going to have to take that inspired action. If they're thinking all these things about you, if they're thinking about you all the time like this, then they should think about ways to reach out to you. However, they're a little bit held back because they don't know how exactly you're going to respond to them. So it seems like they're taking a very long pause, working on their confidence, and they will slowly begin to take a line to action. I really feel like your connection may have been the spark for the personal awakening. They really have gone through some type of dark night of the soul through this loss. They have maybe at first, the week following the interaction that you had last, they weren't really thinking too deeply about it. They were just trying to move on with their life, continue on with their work or school. But after weeks and months go by where this connection does not resolve itself, they start to feel like this. Look at this person. This person is not feeling very great. They're in pain. Their heart is broken. They don't know how to express this heartbrokenness. They're trying to move on. They're just getting stuck back in their thoughts, even if they try to move on. Because the Fool can be perceived as a happy card. It's about a new beginning, but they can't move on fully from this connection. They want to go back into being team members or working together, or at least being friends again. They're trying to manifest that, but the passion needs to be there. What do they feel for you? The Knight of Wands really tells me that they feel very passionate about you. You have a magnetic energy. They might also be feeling erratic towards you, meaning that, yes, I do like you. Yes, I do think about you often, especially at night, but they oscillate between this excitement and fear of reaching out. Look at all the things that could happen if I reached out, but I'm also scared about what has happened in the past. So I don't want to redo that. I want it to be completely different. I really do see that they're projecting onto you. They feel maybe you have a really strong personality and they don't match that energy yet, right? Because in the beginning, I did say that you seem to be very successful, independent, creative, and maybe they're not on that level. They feel like they're not bringing anything quite to your life that you're bringing to their life. Their thoughts about you are very fiery. They're attracted to you. They admire you. They have a longing towards you, but they also have a projection here. They love you for all these qualities, but they can't find that love within themselves. It's really going to be hard for them to find the self-worth and get out of the anxiety and worry and fear to reach out to you and be friends with you again, or try to start up a relationship with you again. All right. What are they learning? What do we think that they are learning? Let's go ahead and move on to the next cards. This is the card I got. I'm going to block it a little bit because there's nudity, but this is two people here and it seems like they're really intertwined, but this person just doesn't want to reach out right now. They're taking their own time. It says, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Again, I do think that they think that you're this really creative person, that you are somebody that can really mirror them, but not only your good qualities, also your wounds. So for example, maybe you're both stubborn. Maybe you're both really passionate. Maybe you're both in the healing process right now, but they just feel like they're putting you up on a pedestal and they're putting them down on that pedestal. So they don't feel like they match your energy and it just makes them feel less than. But I just also feel with this particular card that all the things that they feel like you have and they just don't see it in themselves is what is stopping them from actually reaching out. And all of those things that they might not like about you, they might also be having major negative thoughts about that as well, which is another reason why it's stopping them from reaching out. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting clarity, Virgo here, number 1, if that is significant to you, and it is the Carrot. So I really feel like they need some time to get clear on the situation because they are not feeling clear at all about what has gone on. They might be confused about your last interaction. There's no clear way to move forward in this interaction right now. They're feeling confused. I can see that with the 8 of Swords and the clarity here. It's going to take some time for them to actually get that clarity. It's going to take some time for them to choose themselves. And that is the solution for everyone involved. When you are over identifying with a relationship, with a connection, or with another person, you really need to focus on the self more because you're not going to be able to find what you need in another person. 333 on the clock. So that is what they're currently going through. Let's go ahead and move on. It says, be bold, don't be afraid to stand out. So I think this is an advice card for them since they see you as somebody that has so much leadership potential, so much creativity, so much powerful energy, a really passionate person. They see you as a really bold person as well that's willing to take action on your goals and your dreams, but they don't feel that way about themselves. There's not really a lot of movement and passion in their energy. They see it in your energy. So an advice card for them would be that they need to be bold and not be scared to stand out and not be afraid to reach out either. They would rather be in the shadow right now, secretly thinking about you, secretly thinking about interactions that you may have had, than reaching out right now. And although I do think that it would be positive if they did reach out, that a good interaction could happen between you two, they're not bold enough to do that right now or reach out at this current time. And I know that you might be waiting for them, but I do not encourage my viewers to ever wait for somebody to make these realizations about life and love. If you need to move on, I do encourage you to move on. But if you're curious about who is secretly thinking about you, I feel like I've given enough hints that you know exactly who this is. This could be somebody that is more docile and shy as well with that Virgo card, because the Virgo sign is considered the Virgin, the Martyr, and is connected to the Hermit card in Tarot. So this person is somebody that is okay with being alone. This person might have taken a long break off of social media as well. So maybe you're still connected. Maybe you're connected on social media, but you have not heard from this person in months, maybe even years for some of you. And maybe they don't even watch you more. Maybe they don't interact with you at all. They don't know how to move forward and reach out. So what they do is hide away. They become more and more shy and more hidden, which is not great, obviously, but there's nothing it seems that you can do for this person at this time. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting the devotion card, number 11, and it says sacred worship. So they might even be working on their spirituality at this time, or they might be working on devoting to themselves, because whatever this connection was, it didn't really fully blossom out, but they are working on being a better person for themselves. I feel their soul is learning about devotion and loyalty, both to themselves first and others. Maybe they had been very devoted towards you when you guys were connected. I'm seeing in my mind's eye is back when you guys were talking or in connection, if you texted them or you were in a conversation with them or you had plans, they would put you first. They were devoted to your priority first. So, for example, if they had plans with two people, they would put your plans above the plans with the other person. Or if you were texting them and somebody else was texting them, they would see your text as more urgent. Those are some examples of what I'm seeing here with that card. And I feel they do have a really loyal heart and they do really want to commit to either you or themselves personally, but they are waiting for this perfect timing where everything can align because they don't want to make the wrong choice. They want things to fall into place and work on this connection as they're trying to choose love. And also with that 11 number, I feel you're their wish because there's a 1 here, there's 11 here, a lot of 1 energy. I feel they want a new beginning and they don't know how to do that. But they feel like if they devote time to themselves, if they devote more love to themselves in quiet time, they might be able to actually turn this all around. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We're getting movement and there's a snake here. Okay, so honestly, the movement card is really telling me that there's not movement in their energy right now, but there will soon be movement in their energy. They have a lot of stillness in their energy. I feel there's this push and pull of wanting to reach out, but then freezing. They might have written a text to you or even try to call you, but they freeze at that last moment. When they're about to call you and about to hit that call button, they back out. When they're about to send a text, they might have typed it all out and they do not send it. They might have written a text for you in their notes and never sent it. They just don't have that action in their energy right now. The movement card here is also connected to the fire element, and physical movement is important for them as well. Instead of talking to you, they might be focusing on physical movement at this time. They might be running a lot, working out a lot, or just taking a lot of walks, trying to clear their mind about this situation and connection. There's also a feeling about this connection where spirit is telling me that this connection wasn't just romantic. I feel this connection was a mirror of initiation for them. They feel what they saw in you was in them, but they're not fully grasping that yet. The reason why they were so attracted to you like a moth to a flame, because the qualities that they love about you is something that they want to show more in their own personality, but it's deep and dark inside them. It's not brought to light yet. You both triggered each other's soul growth. They think about you because your energy reminded them of their higher self. They feel like they have touched what real love, real courage, real creativity feels like by interacting with you. But the thing is, you were their mirror, not their savior. I think that you should keep shining. They will either rise to meet you or stay frozen and never come back forward to you. But rest assured that your light has already changed them and inspired them. I feel like if they are watching you on social media and not liking any of your stories or any of your posts, that they feel like you are going to continue to shine with or without them. They just have to make that choice. They have to also feel they should shine their light. Your visibility helps them awaken their own visibility. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting make an altar. Maybe this person is beginning to be more and more spiritual, or maybe this is a message for you, but the make an altar is telling me that it's also connected to devotion. When you have an altar, you're going to be devoting to something. Everyone has different religion. Everyone has different things that they like to devote to, but your altar can have anything. It could be pictures of your ancestors. It could be pictures of deities that you worship or the god that you worship or the religion that you worship. It could just be pretty things that you like candles, or what does she have here? She has candles, she has a little Buddha, she has flowers, and this seems to be the chakra system. So any of those things, all of those things, it all depends. And this person definitely seems to be somebody that's getting more and more spiritual in their time apart from you, because we also have the third eye kind of symbol right here. And then we have devotion and also make an altar. So that's very, very spiritual. And the snake is also a very very spiritual animal. And actually there's an egg here as well, which is going to represent, it seems like it's a new beginning. Let's go ahead and move forward. Stillness. And this is like a frozen area right here. And this is a swan. So with the frozen and the movement, the stillness and the movement, they are really going back and forth between, can I reach out? Should I reach out? Is this the best thing to reach out? Does this person want to hear from me? They really are overthinking things and really trying to figure out. I just heard something. So I heard, maybe I should not chase. Maybe I should try to attract. I think they're thinking maybe I should let divine timing work this all out. But the thing is, if they remain frozen, if they remain in stillness and never reach out, that is not going to actually inspire anybody to interact back with them. So it just feels like they have literally no idea what to do. They just want to wait. They feel like it's not a good time to start a new cycle with you. They just feel like they're trying to go within, slow down, breathe, be still. I just feel that they aren't ready to mend that bridge. Sometimes after a traumatic event, or maybe this was a breakup, maybe this was quite traumatic in the terms of they didn't expect the way that this ended to end. So they just really need to fix things within themselves. They need to continue healing rather than moving forward right now. They need to forgive themselves and you. So this seems to be some situation that was quite big in their life, but they played it down. They just need to think things through. So again, I don't recommend my viewers waiting for people, but if you were to wait for this person, I think you should carry on with your life because it might be a while before they have the courage to move forward. I really do think also though that this person secretly thinks about you every time they feel stuck, because I actually do think the movement energy is from you. You seem to be a person that keeps moving on with your life no matter what's going on. You're always trying to make better strides in your life, and they feel very inspired when they see that in your energy, but they don't have that in their own energy. If something traumatic happens in their life, they end up feeling very stuck. They want to hide away from society. They stop posting. They might even delete their social medias. They just go away. And that's not something that you typically resort to. You seem to be somebody that just keeps moving forward. So let's go ahead and move to the last card. We're getting Atman. This is a spirituality card. And as you can see, a bunch of eyes here. I actually see that you actually do think about this person as well. You are curious and you might have easily identified who this person is, but it really just shows me that you are a very open person, because the Atman card is talking about the infinite aspect of the soul. You would be open to speaking to this person again. You would be open to hearing what they have to say, but it just seems they are in this isolation energy by lack mindset and filled with worry. So that's not something that you actually vibrate on at this time. Your vibrations are completely different, which is why you're not connecting at this time. My recommendation would be continue on with your life. Choose love. Your affirmation can be I choose love, because even when others hide away or delay connections or even project onto you, you can choose to radiate love and keep moving forward at all times. You know that divinity exists within you, which is why you are so creative, why you have so much leadership and passionate energy. However, not everyone is going to be feeling that way about their own self in their life. There's so much more in this world for you to experience. You are truly filled with limitless potential, and the only obstacles that exist are in your own mind. So this person is stuck in their mind, as you can see in this card, and you should not let this connection stop you from continuing to have a deeper connection with your highest self. You can only inspire them to connect with their own higher self by connecting more and more to your soul, to your Atman. And I really do feel everyone can benefit from meditation, because meditation can unveil these hidden depths within you and show who you truly are more and more. So you can start with 5 minutes a day if you don't do it already, but it'll allow you to experience this vast greatness inside of you. That is all I have for you today, pile number 1. So the person that is secretly thinking about you right now is really trapped in their thoughts, and they're completely in stillness in their own worries, but you should continue to move forward. So if you did like this video, make sure you give me a big like down below, and of course, comment down below that you chose pile number 1, or you can tell me what resonated the most for you in this video, or what you're most excited for regarding this reading. I'd love to see your comments. It's my absolute favorite thing about the channel. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more pick a card tarot readings just like this one. I post a new one every single week. I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, pile 1. Hi, beautiful souls. If you chose the blue opal, this will be your reading. So let's go ahead and get started with your tarot cards. Who is secretly thinking about you right now? Knight of Wands, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Wow. So actually this person is thinking about you, but I do see communication coming in at some point, maybe soon, or it might take them a little while, but they are feeling very passionate about you actually. So let's go ahead and touch upon the blue opal before we begin on the tarot cards. So the blue opal does talk about calmness, communication, and emotional healing. So right now, maybe they're secretly thinking about you and not reaching out because they're working on emotional healing. However, this crystal is connected to the throat and third eye chakra. It's also connected to Cancer, Pisces, and Libra. So that could be in your chart or in their chart. So the blue opal is known for being a soothing stone that really encourages clear communication and gentle self-expression. Known for its calming energy, it helps quiet racing thoughts, release stress, and open the mind to honest dialogue. So this stone really supports emotional healing by easing the past hurts and fostering trust within yourself and others. Its tranquil vibration really inspires creativity and deepens a spiritual awareness, making this stone actually a really wonderful ally for meditation and intuitive work. So with that being said, I definitely see this person as somebody that is reclaiming their voice and personal power after a long period of silence. So there might have been a long period of silence between you and this person, but they are thinking about you. So who is this person? This person is somebody who wants to speak but hasn't found the exact right words yet. Again, this is talking about having clear communication. So they really do think there is a right and wrong and a black and white in a way to reach out to you. So their energy actually feels a lot more introspective than one might think. So they think about you deeply. They really introspect on what has gone on in the situation, your personality, what might be best way to communicate with you, and what has gone on in your history. So this person could be somebody that has been observing you quietly. The theme here is really emotional clarity. It's really about trying to get their power back before truth is spoken. Because if they just kind of word vomit at you, that's not going to get them or you anywhere. So this person's energy also feels very gentle, yet powerful. It feels like they have been building something in silence. They're really on that edge of reaching out, just waiting for the right moment, the right opening. They're hoping that maybe you guys come together at another party or get together, because we do have the Three of Cups here, and that typically talks about celebration, friendship, creativity, and collaborations. It's Mercury in Cancer energy. So they feel like a very soft energy towards you. They feel like you are somebody that has been a great friend to them in the past, or a great connection to them in the past, but there has been maybe a natural drift between you guys, or there may be even something that caused you guys to stop talking entirely. So with the Ace of Swords here, it also shows me that they have new ideas, mental clarity, and success and breakthroughs in terms of communication. They have a lot of passion and energy, and even inspired action towards you. They might be typically an impulsive person, because this is Scorpio and Sagittarius energy, a very fast-moving night. So who is this person? Let's get more information. They are a fiery, charismatic person usually, and they are a pursuer when they are inspired. So they may have flirted with you in the past or shown interest in you before, but pulled back. The reason that they may have pulled back is because once they started to show that interest in you, started to flirt with you, and start developing feelings for you, they realized, oh wait, I actually really like this person. This person is actually quite different. So maybe they're just a naturally flirty person that has a lot of energy and a lot of passion. But because they are realizing this connection is different, they want to actually take this a little bit more seriously. They see you as a long-term view, honestly, a long-term relationship potential, because this is Saturn in Taurus energy. And this does talk about long-term view, sustainable results, perseverance, and an investment. So they do see you as an investment. So there's a lot of inspiration here, because this card is talking about inspiration, new opportunities, growth, and potential. This one's talking about breakthroughs. This one's talking about inspired actions. This one's actually talking about new ideas. This is also talking about new ways of communicating. So there's a lot of good energy here. This is somebody that is just waiting for that right opening. With the Ace of Swords here as well, they do also crave truth. So they could be a coworker, could be a classmate. It could also be a mutual friend connection who has been silently watching you grow. This person has definitely been able to see you shine your light more and more. So when they first met you, obviously nobody shows their full personality the first time they meet anybody. But as they start to get to know you more and more, it changed from this flirty energy, just trying to get to know you, get to know everybody else, to actually developing feelings for you, actually realizing that this person, you are different. So I really see that they have thought about messaging you, perhaps typing it again and again and deleting it. At this time, they're only giving you micro interactions, liking something that you have posted or waving at you, saying hello to you here and there, but there's not a lot of clear communication at this time. So the Knight's fire with the Ace's clarity really shows that they are gaining courage to communicate honestly. They might be thinking about telling you about their feelings, but they just don't know how it's going to be received. You seem to be a very happy person, a bright person as well. So they think that you probably have a lot of different suitors, a lot of different people that are feeling that way about you, and they don't want to be just another person telling you about their feelings. But you have really truly awakened something real in them. They want to come clean and confess what's on their mind, which I really am thinking that it has to do with their feelings about you. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What are they observing about you? With the Page of Swords here, it really shows me that they see you as a curious person, even an analytical person. So maybe you guys, again, are coworkers, or they see you in some type of work environment where they can see this in you, okay? But it could also show me that they might be spying on you in some sense, maybe watching your story, trying to learn more about you, or even analyzing you from afar. And if you guys do have mutual friends, maybe they're asking more details about you, about your personality. They sense that there is something about you that they can't put their finger on. They may even be dreaming about you or feeling an energetic nudge to talk to you, but they just don't have the right words at this time. Practically, what does this mean? Other than checking your socials or asking mutual friends about you, I think that they feel things about you intuitively. Like I said, when they first started talking to you and flirting with you at the beginning, it just shows their natural personality. They might do that with everybody, but as they're getting to know you more and more, they're like, oh, wait, I feel something intuitively about this person. This person is different. This is not somebody I've met before. But once they got to know you more, they realized there might be a lot of competition for this person, because this person shows a lot of energy, a lot of passion. They see you as independent and confident. So they want to make sure that they're approaching this the right way. They might be getting synchronicities about you, and that's how the spirit world is communicating with them. They might be hearing your name, or they might be seeing people that remind you of them. They really do want to come forward with communication. And I see this is honestly a positive reading. They're secretly thinking about you, but it's not negative things. There's obviously other piles and their energy is different. This pile is more of a positive energy for sure. What they're feeling about you is warmth and friendship, joy, because we have the Three of Cups here. This is a very happy card. They reminisce on the shared laughter or chemistry between you two. So they definitely felt chemistry between you two, even from the first time you guys met. Again, this is a funny person, very fiery person. So they have a lot of energy. They might be considered an extrovert. They have a lot of friends, and they just see you as somebody that has stood out. The Ace of Wands at the end here, they really think about that passion reigniting. They want to be in another situation with you, whether it's another party or another get together, or even some time where they can get you alone, quite frankly. And they really see both of you as magnetic people. They magnetize a lot of people towards themselves, and they can obviously tell that you also magnetize a lot of people towards yourself. They feel an energetic pull towards you that they can't really rationalize. They think, I'm like this with everyone. I flirt with everyone. I talk to everyone. But why is this particular person drawing my mind so hard? Why do I keep thinking about this person? So you light them up. It's not just an attraction. It's a creative inspiration as well. They think of the good times, but they also fantasize about turning friendship into something more. I really feel that their spark has reignited. They might have not felt this way in a long time. So this is a person, okay, I'm getting a vision. This is definitely a person that, because they're so flirty, so fiery, they have a lot of friends. A lot of their friends might have little crushes on them, but they know like, oh, it's just them. They flirt with everyone, so it's not serious. And everyone feels that way about them because they're this magnetic, fiery person. But something about you has actually created a spark in them that they want to pursue it harder, but they haven't felt this way in a long time. Again, think about people with this archetype, where they're just flirting with everybody, not really taking anything too seriously, just going with the flow of life. These type of people don't really get into relationships that have a lot of meaning. They might jump from relationship to relationship, and the spark really dies out after a certain amount of time. But with you, I do think that they want to take this the right way. They want to turn this into something that actually grows, because again, this is talking about growth and potential. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We're getting, victory number 35, if that is important to you. 3 + 5 is 8. So it says, I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. So this person may have had a lot of victories in terms of love in the past. This does seem like somebody that gets their way in love and in life. Whoever they have liked in the past, it seems like they were easily able to at least get a date with this person. They want to pursue you differently though. I definitely see this person will take initiative when their energy aligns. They have spent a long time doubting themselves about this connection, but Spirit is telling me that this connection is meant to awaken them, awaken that inner drive in them. And I do feel like you mirror back their potential, and it excites them and terrifies them because you also have a fiery, flirty energy and you have a lot of friends too. So they see similarities between you two and see that you guys can be a good match. They just feel like, I've never felt this way. When they imagine you, I really feel like they feel possibilities expanding. I really think that they see you as somebody that can make them a better version of themselves. You kind of awaken this energy within them that they want to become a better person, change their old way. We're getting leadership, Gemini here, Libra here, Aries energy. You guys talk online. This is broccoli here, number 6. Any of those little symbols matter to you. I definitely see that this person has talked to you a lot online and will continue to try to talk to you online. For some of you, you're waiting for deeper communication. For some of you, this might be a person that's secretly thinking of you and you guys do talk. You guys have recently talked or you guys do talk here and there, but you're waiting for some more substantial conversations between you two. The person that we're channeling right now, they're just waiting to make sure that they have a game plan before asking you out or before having a deeper conversation with you. It says conjunct amplified, number 51, 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is a very harmonious number. So they feel really harmonious around you actually. And when you're around each other, you actually amplify each other's good energy. I really feel the universe has placed you guys in each other's lives for more self-realization and bettering yourselves more and more. So not only are you going to be feeling a spark and getting better, they are definitely feeling a spark between you two and getting better and trying to be a more mature person. I do see this person as maybe somebody that's very fiery and immature at times, but they're trying to be more mature, trying to find something lasting. They are naturally a confident person already, but I feel they're trying to build more and more confidence to actually build something with you because you're really amplifying their energy. And whenever you're in the same place, whenever you're conjunct, so conjunctions in astrology means when two planets are typically in the same house. So when you're in the same house, same place, same building, you really amplify their energy 100%. So maybe that is a hint on who exactly this is. So if you feel your energy is amplified by being around a certain person, that's probably who this reading is talking about. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting gateway. I think they're waiting for a gateway to come talk to you in a more serious sense. They're waiting for maybe a sign from you that you're also feeling this way about them. But I do believe that you should not dim your shine or keep waiting for them. They should make the move if they feel this way about you. So the more you embody your own unique light, your beauty, your voice, your confidence, the stronger their recognition of you and their feelings for you will become. So keep going. All the things that they love about you, all the things that they're attracted to you about is going to keep deepening if you continue to be yourself. I also feel with this gateway card, because it looks a merging of heaven and earth, maybe they literally think that you are a piece of heaven on earth. They're somebody that has so many friendships, so many connections, met a lot of different people in their lifetime, and they haven't really met somebody quite like you. You really match their energy, you really amplify their energy, and they just really want this to be victorious. They have shot their shot at a lot of different people in the past. Sometimes it fails, sometimes it works out and they get a date. But for you, they're trying to strategically think about this, get their gateway into your life, and make sure that what they're saying makes sense. They are thinking about what to say to you. The words are just sitting on their tongue right now. They're waiting for the moment that they can claim their power. And once they feel powerful, the message will come. So maybe they're going to be messaging you online because, again, we were getting a lot of air signs. We got Gemini and Libra. So I'm really feeling at this time, they're not courageous enough. Let's get a message from the Astro Dice. Spirit, what message can we get from this person that is secretly thinking about pile 2? K2, Aries in the 12th house. So with the K2, Aries in the 12th house, K2 is a very spiritual South Node planet and is talking about past lives. So they might have even been really overwhelmed to talk to you because they feel they've known you from a past life. This gateway card is really telling me that the heaven on earth thing, they really feel this connection is divine. Their connection is faded and they feel they don't want to mess this up. It almost feels like I've known you before. I don't want to mess this up. I don't even know how to identify this feeling. They might have not been spiritual people at all. They're just this person that is fiery, likes to connect with people, to talk to people. Maybe they're chronically on the internet because we have all these air signs, but they don't really ever feel that deep connection with people when they meet. So they're trying to withdraw right now to just understand that feeling. And with Aries in the 12th house, Aries is actually naturally in the first house. The 12th house is actually Pisces. So those are quite different energies, but they do connect. So I feel they're just trying to really fight themselves in a sense, because this seems to be an independent person, a person that likes to have a lot of freedom in their energy, talking to whoever they want, doing whatever they want. And they're feeling isolated at this time. They want to isolate themselves so they can figure out these feelings, because it really just feels like they don't know how to communicate with you. Their mind is a little bit scattered when it comes to you, and they need that quiet time, that alone time, to be able to move forward. But this person is a naturally courageous, action-oriented person with this Aries coming up. They are usually an initiator. Another way I can see this is because they are usually an initiator, they're usually somebody that goes for whatever they want when they want it. They have a lot of passion in their energy. They're like, why am I feeling so shy? Why am I feeling kind of doubtful? Why do I feel not confident? And I don't really get this, because the Pisces energy is more shy, more into themselves, more let somebody else begin the conversation energy. So maybe they're also waiting for you to say something so they can get that green light in a sense. But let's go ahead and move on and see if we get any other messages. Oh, we're getting power. And this kind of looks like the same type of wand here, right? So I feel like they're waiting to get their power back. They are usually a very, very powerful person. They're somebody that has a lot of, again, action in their energy. They have a lot of power, maybe in their career fields, maybe in their connections. They may even have a lot of power in terms of physical strength. So they may be somebody that has all this power and they feel like you are their weakness. That's definitely something that came up. They feel like you are their weakness. They feel like you might be somebody that can be their kryptonite. I'm getting a lot of different messages right now. So as you guys know, when I get downloads, it's a lot of downloads. It's very fast and it's hard for my speech to catch up to the downloads. So bear with me. What I'm getting is, because this is a fiery, powerful person that has a lot of connections with other people, that they almost never get shy. This is a person that can easily go in front of a group of people and talk to that group of people, make them laugh, joke around, have a good old time. This is a person that can go into a party where they know one person and start talking to everybody at the party with this Three of Cups here. So this person with that energy, with that power, with that vibrance, with that vitality is thinking, why am I shy to this person? Every time I see this person again, I don't even know what to do. I can't speak. So maybe they just wave at you rather than actually speaking to you, and you think it's weird because the first time you guys talked, they were just jokes. They were just very fiery, but now they're quite silent. And I really do think it's from this power that they feel within. So this is also a fire card, you guys. So there's a lot of fire energy on the table right now. Fire, fire, fire. They need to remind themselves that they're actually more powerful than they can even imagine. They have this really powerful energy, really magnetizing energy. So this card is just reminding them and you that they will get back into their power, get back into their confidence before they reach out to you. They're just trying to get their bearings together. We're going to get a self-care card. It says 5, beauty ritual. Perfect. This person thinks that you're very beautiful. I could definitely see that. There's a deep attraction for you. And I just feel like you continuing on with your beauty ritual, you continuing on with just being who you are is going to eventually magnetize communication with this person, because I don't think they could hold back much longer. Something that I see with this beauty ritual coming up is not only does your personality amplify their energy and that they feel like you two would be a really good match, but I actually feel like your beauty type is their exact type. Either one, you're their exact type, or two, they did not expect for your beauty to stun them in the way that it has. So maybe actually you're the opposite of their type for some of you, but something about your beauty really stands out to them. Something about your features I'm seeing really stands out to them. Something about your style really stands out to them, whether that's your clothes, the way you do your nails or your hair. They like the elegance in your style, because I'm definitely seeing somebody with a lot of elegance in their style at this time, or a lot of colorful clothes even. Maybe you wear flowers in your hair like the character here on this card, something unique about you really, really stands out to them. Some advice from a beautiful pile number 2 is just continue to beautify yourself as a sacred practice. Confidence will magnetize this connection. They already see you as their ideal person, as their ideal type. They like your personality and your beauty. So just continue on taking care of yourself. A beauty ritual can be self-care. We think of self-care sometimes as things like working out, taking a walk, doing a bath, things like that, but also just doing beauty rituals. Like this person's painting their own nails right now. They might have just got finished doing their toes, and they definitely look like they did their hair and makeup and outfit. So that all of that is a ritual. All of that is respecting yourself. I always have said on my channel that beautifying yourself and adorning yourself is actually a form of self-respect, because if you respect yourself, you will take care of yourself. You present yourself in a way that you show the world that you respect and care for yourself. If you just come rolling in drab, not really caring about yourself, you step out of the house, not even brushing your teeth, that shows disrespect to the self. So continue on with your beauty rituals. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Tantra. Ooh, they could be thinking naughty kind of thoughts about you, because Tantra can be talking about sexuality, but Tantra is also talking about the balance of masculine and feminine. It is a yoga card. So I feel like they're trying to balance their masculine and feminine sides when it comes to you. Everybody has a masculine and feminine side. The Tantra card here is really talking about moving past any dualistic mindsets and judging everything as right and wrong. This card also is talking about both genders requiring a balance of these two energies, masculine and feminine. So continue to invite all aspects of yourself, the masculine side, the feminine side, your light, your shadows, your Shakti, your Shiva, your cognition and your intuition, your logic and your feelings. All of those things have a place in your life. So the structured masculine side of us can be combined with the flowing, fluid, passive feminine side of us. And when we find that balance, it will really help us integrate all the different sides of us. And this will further amplify this connection and the feelings that you guys get from this. Let's go ahead and move on to the last card. Ooh, Lakshmi. So this is a deity. She is the goddess of abundance, fortune, and beauty. So honestly, I see that this person, the things that they're thinking about you is that you are a literal goddess, that you might be very abundant. This could be more than material, that you might be abundant in beauty. You might be abundant in friendships. You might be abundant in good, positive personality traits. You might be abundant in so many different ways. They are very, very, very attracted to you. So I would say that your affirmation is, I am powerful. I am radiant. I am ready to receive the truth and connection. What this person is secretly thinking about you is they're thinking about what to say. The words are sitting on their tongue. They're waiting for the moment to claim their power and then finally speak out. So overall, pile number 2, this person is thinking very highly of you. Communication is right on the edge. They have talked to you before. I feel like you guys might actually be in communication now, or maybe it's infrequent or not as deep as you want it at the time. But I do see that you guys are going to be getting closer and closer. They just cannot resist their feelings for you. My lovely pal twos. That's actually all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give me a big like down below. And of course, comment something down below. Comment simply pile number 2 if you choose to claim this reading. Or you can tell me what you resonated the most about this reading or what you're most excited for. I love to see your comments. It's my favorite thing about the channel. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings like this one every single week. So I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, pile 2. Hi, beautiful souls. If you chose the green calcite, this will be your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started with the tarot cards. We got the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Wands, 7 of Coins, 3 of Coins, 4 of Coins, and the 7 of Cups. This person is actually feeling a gentle, grounded energy. Let's go ahead and touch upon the green calcite before we go into the tarot cards. So if you are attracted to this green calcite egg, this person might make you feel very balanced, might make you feel emotionally renewed when you're around them. It's a very calming stone. This green calcite is a gentle, heart-centered stone that really promotes emotional healing and renewal. It helps release old patterns, resentment, and stagnant energy, allowing for fresh perspectives and personal growth. The stone really helps restore the mind and the emotions, encouraging compassion to yourself and others. This person can be very compassionate and help you bring out compassion in yourself. The green calcite is also having a very soothing vibration, so it also helps with physical vitality and overall well-being. The chakra that it's connected to is the heart chakra, and the zodiac signs that it's connected to is Cancer and Virgo. That could be in your chart or that might be in their chart. All right, so who is this person? This is definitely a person that has been gentle towards you, but they are feeling conflicted, which is why they're secretly thinking about you rather than reaching out and talking to you and having an active relationship with you. This is somebody that has been going through growth, grounding, and a slow transformation. They are really starting to come back into balance. This is a really mix of good heart and root energy here. This person feels very earthy, they feel very protective, and they actually feel quite slow moving, because anything that's related to the earth element is going to be more slow moving, in contrast to a fire element that's going to be something that's very fast moving. So this may be somebody that once held back emotionally, but they are now healing, and they're learning that if they want something, they're going to have to show up. They're going to have to pursue you in a steady way. I do see that this person is also building themselves from the ground up, and maybe potentially even learning to trust again. Maybe they're learning to trust love again. Maybe they've been hurt in the past, and they're also big on protecting their peace if you were connected to this green calcite. Green calcite is really a peaceful, soothing stone. So they might be somebody that double, triple, quadruple thinks about things before moving forward. The Ace of Swords is talking about breakthroughs, new ideas, and mental clarity. So I feel like every time they think about you, all these secret thoughts that they're having about you, they actually have a new breakthrough every time they get to really sit down and think about you. So I do think that this person thinks about you in passing throughout their day, but when they really have a good moment, typically at night before they're going to sleep, and they have a good 30 minutes, an hour to think about you, they come to these breakthroughs about you. They start to think more and more clearly about you. This is a quite positive reading because we have the Four of Wands here too, which is Venus and Aries energy. It talks about celebration, joy, harmony, relaxation, homecoming, freedom. In other tarot decks, this is 11-11 card because there's two poles on each side and it looks 11-11. So this is really showing me that this person is likely connected to your home, your hometown, a community, or a place that you celebrate, or you have met them at a celebration. So this could be a friend, a coworker, or somebody that once felt home. So this is definitely somebody that has gained a lot of clarity about you. They had some type of realization or breakthrough when they were thinking about you. When they think about you, they do picture stability. They do see somebody that has a long-term potential, somebody that they can build with, and they're starting to realize how rare your energy is. The Seven of Coins is what is telling me that, because this talks about a long-term view, sustainable results, perseverance, and investment. So they feel like our relationship with you is an investment. This is Saturn and Taurus energy. Right next to the Three of Coins and the Four of Coins is really telling me that this person really thinks that you are somebody that can ground them into life, into a future. The Three of Coins is talking about teamwork, collaboration, learning, and implementation. They feel like you can work together really well, whether this is going to be in a romantic relationship, that you guys can really build an empire together, really build a legacy together. And if this is just a friend, or even a coworker, a business partner, a creative partner, they really feel like you two just merge together so well that you can work together very, very well. And you are a completely unique person. With this Four of Coins coming next as well, this is typically talking about saving money, security, conservatism, scarcity, and control. So what that is telling me is they feel like they need to, either they're trying to save materially or they're trying to save a little bit of their sanity by keeping to themselves right now. They want to invest in you, but it is a patient investment. It is a long-term perspective, and they feel like there's a lot of future growth. So what does this mean? What this means for me when I'm seeing this on the cards is that they don't want to just have a quick burnout when it comes to this relationship. This is a person that really admires your work ethic and consistency as well. They see that you're a hard worker, and they imagine how life would be if they were to build something alongside you, something practical, not just emotional. It's a true partnership that is rooted in daily life, because the earth signs are also talking about just our daily things, our daily life. So earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You could have that heavy in your chart, or they can have that heavy in their chart, since we're seeing so much earthy energy on the table right now. All these cards right here are earth, and then this is also connected to the earth element. I do feel like they have a little bit of a fear of vulnerability, or even a fear of loss though. They're quite holding their emotions close. When they think about you and they have these realizations about you, they're not necessarily coming forward right away in telling you these things. They're not really open in their communication at this time. So I feel like they try to show you with small acts rather than these big grand gestures at this time. They feel like just showing you that they're a good friend, showing you that they're a good person is what's going to slowly build and invest this relationship over time. So this is not somebody that is going in hot and heavy. There's only this fire card here, and this is talking about homecoming, and it's not talking too much about action-oriented things. So what I'm seeing here is they want to just slowly show you these things. They slowly want to invest in you. Here's some practical things that they might be doing. They might bring you a coffee here and there, or if you have talked about a certain thing that you like, maybe they show up with that thing, and they're little things over time. Or maybe they just pick up the phone every time you call them. Maybe they text back every time you text them. It's just these little things that show you that they're there for you. They show you that they want to work with you in a teamwork type of sense, whether that's business or even emotions. There's somebody that might overanalyze what they say and do for you. So maybe that's why they do little things over a long course of time rather than big grand gestures. Part of them really wants to reach out and tell you their feelings, but part of them is clinging to the safety of knowing what they know about you already, trying to still learn about you. And I think they're still also trying to learn how to trust their own instincts in terms of this relationship. And also with this Seven of Cups at the end, I do feel like they're quite confused because this is Venus in Scorpio energy, and it talks about illusion, choices, opportunities, wishful thinking. So it could be positive or negative. I feel like there's a lot of different choices for them in terms of this relationship. They might be going through indecision or even daydreaming about you before acting, or even preferring to stay in a daydreaming state about you rather than taking action. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting imagination, number 41. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Any of these numbers can resonate with you. 4 + 1 is also 5. They're very conflicted. They would rather live in this imaginary state. I was just talking about daydreaming. I literally feel like they're in this imaginary state about you, about what this connection can be like when they're thinking about you, when they're secretly thinking about you. They are more imagining how things would be like. They don't have a solid plan or idea of how to make their imaginations come forward. For example, if they imagine a whole life with you, you guys getting married, starting a business together, or whatever it is, because some of you, it's not going to be love, some of you, it's more going to be some type of partnership in a business or creative sense. When they're imagining all these things and they're seeing all these potential collaborations and even a partnership, they would rather sit in their own imagination. They don't know how to take the step by step to make it happen. I do see with this imagination card that if it is love for some of you, that they're visualizing a reconciliation or a future with you. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting duality, number 27, 2 + 7 is 9. And let's see, there's no zodiac signs on this particular card, but it is banana. You're a very soothing person to them because banana has a very mild taste. I do feel they think that you are a mild force in their life, that you calm them down. You're a very earthy person. I don't see a lot of fire again on the table, a lot of earth here, the heart chakra. You really calm their nervous system. And I feel when they think about you, I think they fear both failure and success in love with you, which is why they're feeling very paralyzed. They can see this going either way. That's the duality of this connection. Maybe they're even imagining the duality of this relationship. Yes, it could go really well, or it could go really wrong, because this card again does talk about illusions right here. They're scared, to be quite honest. I feel they're overanalyzing what is real versus what is fantasy. Like, part of them wants to reach out, tell you everything, but part of them really just clings to that safety. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Pallas Athene strategy, number 56 here. 5 + 6 is 11, which is 2. So if any of those numbers are resonant to you, and there's an owl on here. So they actually are a very wise person, and there's a chessboard here. So they're really thinking about this connection in a strategic way. There is no way that they want to just guess on this relationship. They're really imagining and visualizing the best way to go forward. They're really trying to think thoroughly about what's the best way to actually get the result that I want from this. This is a person that probably strategizes for their job or strategizes in their life in a lot of different aspects. So if this has been somebody that you were connected to in the past romantically, and there has been some type of break or separation, this person is thinking about how can they nurture this back in a practical way. They're definitely somebody that's going to think about almost a routine, because strategy makes me think about there's steps and a routine to actually get what they want. So I feel they're trying to be really moving forward, and that's probably their strategy. If they're not feeling like they're stable, if they're not feeling confident and sure, they're not going to be moving forward. And that's honestly a very honorable thing. I feel they're taking this very seriously, actually. I feel they will act when they feel strong. I feel they will do subtle steps first rather than bold steps. So maybe a couple of messages, practical help, again, small offerings. Their energy has to be really, really grounded first. But also with this person, I'm seeing them as a very dependable person. So if you did call upon them and ask them for X, Y, and Z, they would definitely help you. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting protection. So they're very willing to protect you as well. I feel like you're just a really grounding force in their life that they want to protect you. They want to put forward good energy towards you. And this seems like a oak tree, I believe. And so in a lot of traditions, the oak tree is actually associated with wisdom, strength, and protection. A lot of the times we'll hear people meditating under an oak tree to absorb the energy of the oak tree and enhance their meditation. A lot of cultures and traditions also view the oak tree as a very protecting tree for the environment around them, because this is a very powerful type of tree. When trees grow down into the roots, their roots are as tall as the tree itself. So I feel like their feelings for you are very deep rooted as well, and they want to protect this connection. They don't want to mess up the connection. The connection would be if they act sloppily. So what I mean by acting sloppily is if they are not feeling stable, they can't move forward. They don't want to move forward. They want to feel safe so they can give safety. They want to feel stable so they can give stability. They want to feel protected in their own energy so they can give protection. So I really do feel like they want a real connection. This person thinks of you whenever they're feeling peace is returning to their life. You are really a symbol of the softness, the safety in their life. And when you have something so precious like that, I literally heard the word precious, I'm getting a whole download. I'm not sure if this person is older than you, much older than you, or this might not even be a romantic connection for some of you. Sometimes when they see you, they see the child version of you, or they see the baby version of you, or you kind of just give them this energy of somebody that needs to be protected. So they want to protect the connection, they want to respect you, and they have to go through some difficult decisions, because for some of you, maybe they have opened up their feelings for you before and you told them that you wanted to be more of a friend. And I'm definitely seeing they want to navigate this so you feel comfortable. I'm really just seeing, think about the way that you would nurture or help a helpless animal or a baby. I don't know why I'm getting these images, but I am. And I feel that's how they feel towards you. So whether they have helped you in the past before, I just heard you deserve better. So maybe they actually do think that you deserve better than them. Or maybe they've seen you go through some hard things where they feel you deserved better than the circumstance that you were put in. I do feel they are struggling to find their words or make up their mind, because I'm actually getting quite stuck right now. Usually the message really flows, but I'm actually just feeling choked up, and I'm feeling actually a tightness in my upper chest. So I feel every time they try to reach out or talk to you or want to show that projection towards you, they just get choked up. They would rather keep you as a friend than lose you entirely. So if they were to confess their feelings for you and you want to keep them in the friend zone, they know that essentially the whole friendship, whole relationship might end, and they don't want that. What they would like is for you guys to continue a relationship or friendship for the duration of your lives. That's literally what I'm seeing, because also with this oak tree, what I'm getting from this is oak trees live for hundreds of years. There are some oak trees that are very expansive. So this tree in general is honored for its expanse, its nobility, its endurance, its ability to attract lightning. As you can see, there's lightning here. Lightning could also be a symbol for striking thoughts. So you might just pop up in their mind randomly throughout the day. So it just really shows that they want to be strong for you. It's almost like they carry this energy of wanting to lead you, but also giving you your peace and your freedom. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting, rabbit. It says love and tenderness, the number 8. This really is resonant. That's what I was saying. You're this little baby, this little bunny to them, and you bring out this softness in them. Maybe they're not always a totally soft person. Maybe they are somebody, again, in their job that they are very intelligent, they're very wise, and they play chess in life, and they just feel you bring out this softness in them and they feel they need to protect you. Or they could even see that you're a very soft person that gives a lot to the people around you, and they just want to protect that energy. They just want to make sure you're not taken advantage of. They just want to make sure that you're happy and healthy and peaceful. All of these things are really telling me that they care about you very, very deeply. And look at how endearing this looks. There's also a moon here, so I feel you get really deep into their emotions. I actually do feel rolling the astro dice would be powerful right now. So benevolent spirit guides, please tell me if there's any messages for pile number 3. Oh my gosh, Pisces, 12th house. So Pisces actually is naturally in the 12th house, and we have Saturn here. So Saturn in Pisces is really telling me that they're working on feeling more connected, more empathetic, more compassionate. Maybe they struggle also with isolation and things that are connected to Pisces energy. And even on the more dark end, I don't know why this is coming up because I usually don't channel too many dark messages, but they might be self-isolating so much. This could also talk about addictions and just true mental struggles that they might be having. A lot of scattered thoughts. Having Saturn in the 12th house is not very easy placement. So if they have that placement, they might be just really overthinking, overanalyzing things, and they want to move forward. It's just, I think they feel more comfortable imagining things about you and thinking about your lives, what they could be in their own heads rather than bringing it onto the earth plane, because the 12th house is also otherworldly things. So their imaginative state or even their subconscious, they might be thinking about you a lot in that field, but not actually bringing it onto the material world. But that's interesting because there's so many earth and coins here on the table. So I feel in their regular life, they very much are people that can demonstrate this power, leadership, and maybe they even are very financially abundant. Maybe they even are very grounded in that sense. Maybe they're financially free, all these things. But when it comes to emotions, this is where they really, really struggle. They don't know how to move forward, and they're trying their best. But I feel your energy, your tenderness, your love that you exude really kind of confuses them. And this is not naturally who they are. And I'm seeing 2222 on the clock. You guys might be a very good match. This is the vision archetype of two opposites attracting. Like you might be somebody that connects with people really easily, is very emotional, maybe not strategic in your plans, maybe you more go with the flow, and this person again is very strategic. And with the duality here, that is also another confirmation of the duality between you two. Maybe if you're the divine feminine, you're a very feminine being, and maybe they're very, very masculine. Also could be they portray themselves as very stoic, very self-controlled, very emotionally in check. They don't want to stray too hard or too far from what they typically portray. I definitely can see that as well. Let's go ahead and move on to the last card. Ooh, Muladhara. This is the root chakra card. This is a chakra card, and this is talking about just that sense of security. This chakra really helps us stay very grounded in life. It also talks about roots. What this is telling me is that this person really needs to ground themselves before they decide what to do. And I would also advise you to ground yourself before deciding what to do about this connection. Are you going to let this energy in? Do you feel like you're a good match? Do you feel like you can balance each other out? Because you guys seem to be very different people. There's a love and tenderness and softness from you, but from them, I really feel they're more overthinking, they're more rigid, they're more strategic. I really do think that both of you visualize this love, but when you visualize this connection with this person, does it feel safe? Does it feel reciprocal? I do think that both people in this reading need to strengthen their boundaries, because the oak tree talks about protection, and when I think about protection, I also think about the word boundaries. Being somebody that has a lot of boundaries, good boundaries of what you can accept or cannot accept, will be very powerful for both of you. And with this Muladhara, let's go back to this really quick. So when you heal things in your personal life, you start to heal all the lives of the people around you, before you, after you, because ancestral hardships are a real thing. So this chakra can connect to things such as poverty, war, slavery, abuse, all those really dark things, and it messes with our root chakra. Sometimes we have to do work that came from our ancestors and our genetic lines, and we start with the bottom going up when we're doing chakra work. So you have to figure out the base, which is your root chakra, and then you start going up your chakras and seeing all those different parts of life and healing every single part of life. And some people, they only have problems with one chakra. It'll be the sacral chakra, and every other chakra is doing okay. And some people have to work on everything. But with this, the negative side of this could be you feeling very ungrounded. Also, because we have the homecoming card here, it could mean that you feel like home to them, but they have not really been feeling like they have a true home. So when we roll the 12th house in Pisces, it really talks about maybe they're yearning for a time to spend inward, and they've been doing that a lot. They just feel like creating a nest, because this looks like they're cuddled up in a nest. I just really feel like the main message here is that they want to pursue you, want to go forward, but right now they're just more comfortable of thinking about you in an imaginary state. They're more comfortable thinking about you secretly and not really coming forward. But you may have been getting messages here and there from them, just not a really consistent flow of communication. So my final thing that I would like to say is that just affirm to yourself, I am grounded, I am protected, and I am open to a real, true connection. All right, pal number 3, that's actually all I have for you today. I really do wish the best for you and this connection. It seems like they really do care deeply about you. They just don't know how to go forward. If you did enjoy this reading, make sure you give me a big like down below and comment pile number 3 to claim this reading, or tell me what resonated the most about this reading for you. I love to see your comments. It's my favorite thing on the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, pile 3. Hi, beautiful souls. If you chose the rose quartz, this will be your reading. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with the tarot cards. We're getting judgment. We're getting shadow work. We're getting the page of wands. We're getting the magician. We're getting the 4 of cups and the ace of pentacles. This is really powerful energy actually, but let's go ahead and touch upon the rose quartz before we begin. You might have been attracted to the rose quartz because of love, compassion, or emotional healing. This person can bring out love and compassion in you or provoke emotional healing in you. It could also mean that you both are dealing with emotional healing before moving forward. This person that is secretly thinking about you might be going through a healing phase right now. This pile actually feels a very old soul connection. You have been connected before in the past, either in a previous life or in your childhood even, and now you're reconnecting. It could be any of those. This person is really showing me karmic lessons. There's a spiritual awakening happening here and a lot of deep emotional healing because of this shadow work card. This is actually a special card in this deck. There is not actually this card in a lot of other decks. This is a special to this deck card and is talking about the shadow work, which is talking about a confrontation with your shadow. Shadow work can talk about illuminating things. It could talk about balance, synergy, healing, and accepting things. Questions you could be asking yourself is, what are my shadows? What do I hide about myself that I don't face? What are deeper habits that you're ready to bring to awareness? Shadow work is something that was coined by Carl Jung, and a person that confronts their shadow is going to be able to actually shine brighter, because when you hide things in your shadow, all of us have a shadow. It is a multifaceted thing where it's our pains, our traumas, our fears, and even suppressions, but we can even hide positive things in our shadow because we think that they don't actually match up to who we put ourselves as. It doesn't match up to our self-concept. There's a lot of things that we can do to do shadow work, but definitely I see this person is old soul, because a lot of people don't do shadow work. A lot of people just avoid shadow work for their entire lives because they feel very uncomfortable about shadow work. And this person actually, I don't feels very uncomfortable about it. They're currently just going through this time of doing shadow work. This message is actually not just romantic. This is actually talking about evolution through love. This is talking about learning, forgiving, even reclaiming personal power. Let's talk about the rose quartz a little bit more before really diving into this. The rose quartz is actually a stone about unconditional love. It's radiating a gentle and nurturing energy. It opens your heart to self-love, romantic love, and even compassion for others. When you're helping to heal emotional wounds and releasing past pains, that's when the rose quartz is very powerful. This crystal really promotes harmony in relationships and encourages that forgiveness, that trust, that inner peace. It has a really soothing vibration that makes it a comforting companion in times of really hard stress or heartache. It is connected to the heart chakra and the zodiac signs of Taurus and Libra. That could be in your chart or in their chart. This person's energy feels very ancient, very wise, very introspective. They have been walking through their own healing journey, trying to make peace with the past, trying to forgive themselves, trying to forgive others, and trying to remember their inner light. I feel this person is not just thinking about you. They are truly transforming because of you. Something that happened in your connection, something that you said, maybe something you did, maybe something that has been in the interaction of you two. This connection has really awakened their inner wisdom that feels just really karmic, soul deep, and ancient. Karmic, I know some people automatically assume that that is difficult or painful or challenging, but karmic can also be good karma. Maybe you had really good karma with this person in a past life, and now you're reintroduced to each other in this life to further your connection, further your process with each other. And I'm seeing 444 on the clock right now. Let's go ahead and get started on the tarot with judgment and shadow work coming first. Judgment card is Pluto and fire energy, and it's talking about judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution, assessment, and letting go of the past. There might have been things that have happened in the past in this connection or even in their life that makes them really need to let go. I feel there's some stuff that's stopping them from moving forward and just instead making them more comfortable secretly thinking about you. This is somebody from your past. This is somebody, a soul that you shared multiple lifetimes with. I really see themselves as reviewing their actions and trying to hear the call of higher truth. They might not be as spiritual as you. They might not necessarily be watching pick a card readings or going into spirituality. But what I see from this person is they do know that there's some type of special connection with you guys. There's some type of invisible cord with you guys that they feel and they know. Maybe you guys' last conversation or last interaction ended badly and you guys are now in no contact. They're really judging all of their things. They're trying to judge themselves, they're trying to judge you, try to figure this out, try to let things go. And they have been confronting guilt, shame, or even emotional patterns with this shadow work card. That is what is keeping them distant. All these negative feelings, these low vibration feelings of guilt, shame, is what can make us really, in a sense, destroy our own lives, really hide our own light. I feel they're in a phase of just leaning back and trying to figure out things on their own before moving forward. This is giving the energy, feeling like you are the one that got away. This is somebody that had to lose you or feel your absence to finally see themselves very clearly. I feel Spirit is guiding them through an awakening at this time. They feel you are their mirror and their muse. They are feeling very passionate about you. I'm getting the full body chills right now because relationships are a mirror. It's not all lovey-dovey, Disney, romance. True love and true connection, true relationship is going to help each person awaken more because we all have things that we have to work on. We all have a shadow. Sometimes when you're mirroring each other, you might be mirroring each other's shadows. And maybe your last interaction, you guys really did mirror each other's shadows. Let's go into maybe what they are feeling. With the Page of Wands here, I really feel you have reawakened their curiosity and even inspired them. They see you as somebody that is very radiant, alive, and full of spark because the Page of Wands is earth and fire energy. And it talks about things, inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, and even a free spirit. Maybe they see you as a free spirit or very inspiring in their growth journey, in their life. You really do inspire this person to continue wanting to grow. Like I said earlier, some people will go their entire life not facing their shadow, not really trying to understand their pains and where they come from. But this person has started to do that in connection with you. You might be in a separation period right now, but they are without a doubt facing these shadows, facing the interaction. And with the Magician coming next, I actually think that they're manifesting a return into your life, hoping for some type of new beginning between you two that is actually rooted in growth, rooted in authenticity. They don't want to repeat patterns that you might have done together. Maybe you guys have mirrored, again, each other's shadows, but they don't want to do that. They're feeling very hopeful when they think about you. They feel they are making changes within their life, hoping that you're mirroring in your life changes that they have made. If there was guilt and shame filled in your connection before, they're working on that guilt and shame, and they're hoping that you're working on that guilt and shame that you might be feeling. They want to imagine a life where you're both healing, both rebirthing, and honestly, I really do think that you guys are tied to each other's rebirth story. They are seeing you as a muse, and you have actually may been the person that went first. You might have been the person that introduced them to shadow work. You might be the person that introduced them to spirituality or spiritual concepts. And maybe at the time they weren't taking you seriously, or they didn't really have this language of spirituality. But as they keep connecting with you, they are really feeling maybe you have a point here. Maybe you are making great strides in your life and I need to actually listen. And it's not like they didn't respect the things that you were saying. They just did not get it. They simply did not get it before. And with this separation, with this time apart, feeling your absence, this is when they can finally see what you mean. This is when they can finally start looking into themselves. This is very actually quite inspiring and probably the deepest pile. And also with 4 Cups coming next, this is talking about meditation, contemplation, apathy, and reevaluation. Moon and Cancer energy actually is connected to this card. What I'm seeing from this is they are really self-isolating at this time. They might be spending a lot of time in contemplation or meditation. They feel apathetic towards the life that they're currently living. Maybe people that are currently in their life that they're connected to, or even the job that they're doing, they're feeling very apathetic towards it because you're not currently connecting. You're somebody that's very influential in their life, and when they don't have you around, they don't have access to you, or they're not connected with you, it's very difficult for them. This is somebody that maybe once rejected or even ignored emotional truth. Maybe they numbed themselves out, or they were too distracted in a sense to appreciate love, to appreciate spirituality. They were just tied up in their own self, maybe chasing something, career, material abundance, or even status. And with this Ace of Pentacles here though, I feel the potential for a new start is totally here, but they really hesitate. They're afraid. They are not feeling ready, or they might even not be feeling very worthy. They think about you and they feel longing for you, but they also feel fear. The longing and the fear is a real contradiction in their minds. It's they want you, they want to come forward towards you, but they're also fearful of that. They stay away. They're wondering if it's too late to begin again. Their heart is really ready. They want to, but their mind and their ego is really stopping them, is really whispering doubts within them. Usually this talks about a new financial or career opportunity, even a manifestation in abundance, but they want a new physical, earthly opportunity with you to connect again. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and move forward. Your soul whispers love, but your ego shouts fear. Oh my goodness. Literally, I'm telling you, they feel they are pulled towards you. They feel true love has appeared in their life. That past life connection that I channeled in the beginning of this, I really do feel they know you from a past life. They feel like a lot of wishful thinking towards you. They feel they have a lot of choices to make and they don't know exactly what to do because the fear is really overpowering for them at this time. When you have both fear and love in your energy, sometimes as much as we are hopeful that love will beat out fear, sometimes it does not, because fear can be really, really crippling. It's a very low vibration, and sometimes it just drags us down if we're not strong enough to really get out of that whispers of doubt. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting in the animal spirit elephant, ancient wisdom, sacred knowledge, number 5. I think that you put them on a lot of different spiritual topics, even the shadow work topic, that they were not ready to face even these ancient wisdoms that you might have told them about. You really help them grow as a person. Again, you're very much a muse for them. You give them a lot of knowledge that they usually, maybe they did not value spiritual topics before you. Maybe they did not really value things that cannot be seen, because esoteric topics, spiritual topics are just things that you can't really see. They're not tangible. Maybe this person is somebody that focuses on tangible results more than these topics. I really do feel this person is going through a transformation at this time. They are slowly stepping into their own authenticity and growth because of the feelings that they have for you. And let's go ahead and move on. We're getting reclaim. Actually, what the reclaim card is telling me is they need to reclaim their light, reclaim their strength. I keep going back to shadow work because I feel it's the main theme here. The reclaim card is related to the fire element, and it's really just telling us that we were born to be imperfect human beings. We all have different gifts. We all have different talents. We all have different wisdom. And it's just encouraging us to reclaim our uniqueness. Reclamation can be a lifetime progress. There's always more awakening to do. There's more spirituality things that we can do. We can always help ourselves grow by slowly reclaiming all parts of ourselves. We have to claim our shadow side. We have to claim our light side and integrate them. I feel this person is deep in this transformation period at this time. Very, very deep. And I actually really do want to roll the astro dice and see if I can get any other additional messages. Pile number 4. Oh my gosh. Mercury in Scorpio in the 9th house. You guys, oh my gosh, that cannot be more resonant. This is about higher learning and spirituality. Scorpio is a very spiritual sign. They all know about the shadow work. I could almost put this right here. Okay. In the 9th house, elephant. And Mercury is the thoughts. They're really in their thoughts about you. I would say like here, they're having this duality in their thoughts about you. Honestly, I just feel they're really working on trying to reclaim a lot of their feelings, their fears. I think they're deep, deep in this shadow work right now. They're really trying to self-protect at this time, but you're leading them with your version of shadow work. Like I said, I do think that this person sees you as a mirror, as a muse. You may have gone through a lot of your own darkness and they see you continuing to fight on. They see you as a person that does not give up. They see you as a person that has gone through a lot of different transitions in your life and you were able to release a lot of baggage. You know what it feels? That this person is really heavy in their shadow right now. Carrying the weight of their shadows is really difficult at this time. I'm feeling a very heavy energy and almost a stuck energy. It's almost as if they are thinking about all these things, but it's very difficult for them to fully process all of the things that they're going through, that they're feeling. There might be things that you've made them realize about their own childhood, even about their own personality, more than just your relationship, more than just love. They're starting to face their shadow in a lot of different aspects. I'm starting to feel their mind is getting really loud. I'm starting to feel their fears are almost growing as you're facing these shadows. And okay, I'm getting a whole vision right now where you're beginning to do shadow work for the first time ever in your life. It feels really heavy. It feels very dark. I'm feeling a very hard tightness in my chest right now, right where my heart is. And I just feel like they're fully facing things that they have never faced before. That is going to be very, very difficult. And it's a very transformative thing to do. Once they get through this, get through the other side, they're going to be a completely different person. It's going to be a completely different energy coming forward. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh my gosh, we're getting the butterfly evolution. Oh my gosh. So I just feel they're in this cocoon phase. Actually, it's caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. I feel before they did shadow work, they were just a little caterpillar, kind of clueless, not really knowing what to do. And you were there to help them, inspire them, and tell them that they have the power to change their life through shadow work. Maybe you were, again, the one that went first. You were the one that taught them spiritual topics. You were the one that inspired them to change. And now they're in this little cocoon phase, secretly thinking about you not really coming forward and just trying to work on themselves. They can, when they do come forward, when they do connect with you again, that is going to be a different relationship, because they don't want to just repeat the same old mirror, repeat the same old fears and patterns. They want something new. They want to change. They want to improve on their mental health. They want to improve their minds, their thought. Even maybe they were saying things to you because Mercury that we rolled is also talking about speech. Maybe the way they were communicating with you was not the best. Maybe they don't want to communicate with you in that way again. Maybe it was disrespectful. Maybe it was just something they were not proud of. But they're in this cocoon phase. And once they feel they are able to channel their pain into strength and back to power, then they will come forward. And Scorpios are healers. Both of you are healers and mirroring each other's evolution. I really do see that they're going through this evolutionary time, but a message for you is that you don't need to chase them. You don't need to fix them. Simply embodying your own vibration, the vibration of love, and also working on your own healing. They'll recognize that this is something that is valuable. This is something different. This is something that really helps them. Continuing to stay grounded in your own life is going to help this other person on their journey. Instead of directly helping them, stepping in and actually doing the work for them, because you actually can't. You can never do shadow work for somebody else. You can show them their shadows. You can mirror their shadows, but you just gotta let your love flow, because I feel you guys are very connected, again, with that past life connection. I feel like you also feel you recognize this person from a past life, and not really clinging to timing, because I sense for some of you there might have been a long separation between you guys. But with this spread right here, I really do feel they're really embracing the change rather than resisting it. In the past, they might have really resisted change, really resisted going inwards and doing the shadow work, but they're actually starting to really move forward and really reclaim all aspects of themselves, all aspects of their shadow, no longer avoiding things. Let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, we're getting voyage. I do think that they're on a journey. They're really on a deep sea voyage. Because we're seeing sea here, and I believe that's a whale. I really do see that they are deep in the water right now in terms of a journey. And actually, I think this is a humpback whale. The humpback whales make a really long journey, the longest journey of any mammal. They travel so many miles in a year because they spend the summer in a certain part and then they spend the winter in another part, because they're going towards, I believe they're looking for warmer waters. This is telling me that they have embarked on a really deep spiritual journey. A long spiritual journey. This might be somebody that has been dealing with certain things for lifetimes, certain shadows for lifetimes. And I've said this in my videos before, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, just the thought about these concepts can help you. It doesn't matter if you make small changes in your life, in your current incarnation, or large changes in your life. You can make huge strides or you can make incremental changes. All of them are going to help in the long term, because when you're no longer on this planet, no longer in this physical body, and you go back to the other, you go back to the spiritual realm, all you can do and feel is that you did your best. Whether you actually made a lot of changes or not, when you are no longer connected to your ego, you will know that you did your best that you could down here with your time. This person might be dealing with things that are deep. They might be dealing with these same patterns for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, and you might have been working alongside them for lifetimes. For example, what's a practical example? Maybe in all of their lifetimes, they've had deep self-doubt or even deep self-hatred for some reason. And it could stem for anything, but maybe this is something that they're working on. It's the shadow that they're working on and reclaiming their light. They really are going on this voyage. It's hard to explain, but if you have done shadow work before, which I really do sense that you have, then you will know that it's not easy work. Deep in meditation, you could start having really deep things come up. Things that you don't actually remember with your conscious mind will come up because your subconscious is driving when you're in a deep meditative state. Things that from childhood can come up. Things from past lives can come up. If you start doing dream work, even things there can come up. I really do see that this person is going through some deep emotional things in terms of their emotional health, in terms of their emotional stability, in terms of their emotions, their feelings, even their home, even their sense of security and safety. Let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, 13 connected with the earth. I feel they need to get more grounded, because when you're deep in shadow work, sometimes you can get really deep into your emotions and not really be able to think clearly. And sometimes to get them out of this really dark state, they might just need to move their feet, literally just move their feet. I think that if you guys were to connect again, if you guys focus on connecting and grounding yourselves with the earth, maybe taking walks or doing nature things, that it would actually really help the both of you really be able to ground yourself while you're going through some deep transformative work. Because the deep work, the emotional work is like water element, even other element. While you're in that, you don't want to get so deep into it that you're just drowning in water or drowning in space. That's why I really do recommend doing grounding exercises such as walking in earth or walking barefoot or even connecting with animals or gardening or even cooking yourself a meal. All these things can really help. And I do see that the number 13 is here. 1 + 3 is 4. 4 is all about our emotions, our home, our safety, motherhood. They might have had a hard connection with their mother, which is causing rifts in this relationship as well. There's a lot of different things that could be happening, but connecting to earth and earth elements is going to be very beneficial to the both of you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the last card, reading Buddha. Okay, this is a spirituality card, and this is talking about inner wisdom and intellect. Again, I do think that this person is really intellectual in their life, and they have probably achieved a lot of different things, but they didn't make a lot of different strides in their emotional life yet. But they're slowly starting to grow that wisdom. They're slowly starting to get in touch with their inner wisdom and becoming more and more wise. They're slowly starting to realize that all the answers are within them. All the answers they're seeking for are within them. They're unlearning a lot. They're also relearning things and letting things go. A lot of us, all of us on this planet, have to let go of certain illusions. And sometimes our fears and our doubts and our guilt, all of that can be an illusion. This person is slowly starting to find solutions to things, and they're slowly starting to be able to silence their chattering mind, because this is also connected to meditation. This is really telling us that spending time with yourself is good, because you're going to be able to rewrite these old stories and really integrate these shadows and just not be scared of your demons anymore. That's the whole point, right? You all have demons. We all have demons. We all have a shadow. And it's just time to acknowledge them and face them rather than shun them away. Because when you shun them away, they actually get louder. And I'm thinking that this person is deep in that work right now and deep in that realization right now. An affirmation for you guys, I would love to end it with an affirmation, is I navigate love with wisdom and grace. I am safe to evolve. I am safe to forgive. And I am safe to love again. I really do feel this person thinks about you a lot while they're aching, while they're going through this change. They're really longing for you, and it's pushing them towards their higher self. We all have a higher self. And you are really this love and light that really has taught them how to begin again. I really do think that they are in this cocoon phase and they will come out evolved. That's actually all I have for you today, Pile 4. This was such a lovely, deep reading, very transformative reading. If you enjoyed this reading, make sure you give me a big like down below and tell me that you chose Pile 4 to claim the reading, or tell me what resonated for you. I love to see your comments. It's my favorite thing about the channel. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post a new pick a card reading just like this one every single week. I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, Pile 4.